Well, to insist that you take your phones out and turn them off. It's really my only purpose. So let's go ahead and do it. Take them out. Come on. Turn them off. Okay. It's not a threat, it's just a fact. You won't be there. You will not be there for the next hour and 2 minutes. Okay? You can go back to it. We all good? Welcome to K Theater for the, I have to do this for my friend Tommy Sanders, our director, our 16th. We can now call it a long-running program. We've always called it a flagship program of the Hendrix Murphy programs in literature and language, and it's a huge part of the of what we do here in the Department of Theater Arts and Dance. We've had a playwriting class and a playwriting program and contest for many, many years. Recognized Dr. Rosemary Hannenberg up here, who started all that for us, along with Frank Rowland and some other students back in the early 80s, would have this really unique offering for our students here in Conway, Arkansas. Who would think that you would have this many people come out to hear a new play being read anywhere, much less Conway, Arkansas? So I absolutely applaud you for supporting the students. Dancer who's with us tonight to see how you respond to her play. Oh, okay, great. We are going to hear a play tonight, and we're going to have a short discussion afterwards. Professor Ann Muse from the Department of Theater Arts and Dance is going to come down and maybe get you guys to respond a bit. There's a note card here that we'd love for you to complete. If you don't have anything to write with, don't panic. When the show's over, there'll be some really good-looking Hendrix students with those little goth pencils that they'll let you borrow, and you can fill those out. You can, if you do that, we'd appreciate it. You can either give it to one of the ushers, or there's a lovely plastic bin out in the middle of the lobby that you can pop it in, and that would be really helpful to us. Okay? So that's going to happen immediately following Ann's discussion. We're going to have this fabulous reception out in Mills Lobby. One of those students I'm talking about, Werner Trishman, coming in, our playwriting teacher here, who helped start the program along with, there's Werner, along with Frank and Rosemary. Yeah, all right. A good crowd. Besides the Playwrights Theater, we have a great season lined up for you. We hope that you'll come and take part in. There's some brochures out in the lobby. We have a little dance piece coming up. Hard to Sit Still for Fall Family Weekend. It'll be over in Reeves. And we have He and She, early American play by early American playwright Rachel Carruthers that will be presenting the 11th through the 14th of November. That's just the fall. And we've got Shakespeare coming with Measure for Measure in March, and then our senior seminar and our spring dance concert. We're pretty busy over here. So thanks so much for coming. Hope you enjoyed the play.
A few lessons on guided meditation by Leslie Dancer. Scene 1. Angela's home. Palatable New Age music plays. She is sitting up cross-legged with her palms out and her fingertips touching. She opens one eye and quickly shuts it. She has already closed her eyes, even though the guide has not yet instructed her to. Her surroundings are peaceful. Her mind never stops, not even when she's sleeping.
Create a quiet place for you. Phones should be silenced and lower the lights. I am glad you have taken this time for yourself. This is the time for you to find within yourself your own ability to achieve complete inner stillness. Make sure you are warm enough and that you are considerably comfortable. Close your eyes. one deep breath in. Pause for a moment. Then release the breath in a slow, steady stream. It is okay if you make a noise with this action. Let the waves of your breath come naturally. With each slow breath you take, sink deeper and deeper into your body and let your tension fade. Take another long, slow, deep breath in and hold it. And then exhale with purpose. With this exhalation, allow your lungs to completely empty. Pause for a moment. And another deep breath in. Pause for a moment. Then release the breath slowly. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should already begin to feel deeply and completely relaxed. Continue to breathe gently. Relax. Breathe. Bring your awareness to the very top of your head.
A small dog appears in the room. He does a few stretches that show he was just sleeping.
Send this feeling of relaxation down your body from the top of your head to the toes slowly.
The dog moves to her, wags his tail, anticipating her interaction.
Relax the skin on your forehead. Relax your temple.
She opens an eye to see the dog waiting. She closes her eye again. Dog leaves the room.
Relax the inner corners of your eyes. Soften your jaw and let the flesh of your cheeks relax. Continue to breathe. Let this feeling travel from your neck down to your shoulders. Breathe. Relax.
The dog reappears with a noisy toy. Stands there, wags his tail, waiting for her interaction.
Now let this peaceful feeling flow through your arms down to your fingertips.
The dog squeaks the toy and she grabs it and throws it off stage. The dog bolts after it.
As your body relaxes, allow your mind to relax. Your thoughts become light like clouds.
The dog reappears with a noisy toy. Stands waiting for her to engage.
Now send the peaceful feeling to your torso and abdomen. Feel how your breath makes your chest rise and fall. Breathe.
The dog is still waiting.
Awareness to your back and feel this relaxation in your spine.
She opens an eye to see the dog still waiting. He wags his tail harder. She closes her eyes again.
Relax your glutes. Relax your hamstrings, your thighs. Feel these large muscles relax.
The dog puts the toy down, lies down with his head in her lap.
Relax your knees and your calves. Breathe. Release your ankles and your feet. Your body is still. Now retreat to another world where you can relax and find a few moments of stillness.
She opens her eye and sees the dog. He jumps up with the toy. She grabs it and throws it again. He darts out of the room after it.
You are standing on a beach.
We can hear the dog thrashing around in the toy off stage.
It's early in the day. You can feel the light of the sun on your skin. You feel content, at ease, relaxed.
The dog reappears with a noisy toy.
The sand is soft and a light breeze blows. You are alone. You have the beach all to yourself, and you have all the time in the world. Listen to the sound of the waves. They break gently on the shore.
The dog squeaks the toy a few times hard. Without looking, she grabs it and hides it under her body.
Begin walking towards the ocean.
The dog sniffs around her furiously for the toy. The dog lies down with his nose nearest to the toy.
A small boat is there for you. The boat is steady and is tied to the shore by a rope. Step onto the boat. You are at peace and relaxed.
The dog begins to sniff again. Without looking, she fake throws the toy and the dog darts after it into the other room.
When you're ready, let go of the rope. Allow the currents of the water
dog reappears and is searching everywhere for the toy.
The sun is higher in the sky. Its light is stronger.
The dog stands by her with his tail wagging, sniffing the toy under her bite.
You can see clearly in every direction. Clear blue water surrounds you on all sides, and you see a small island in the distance. Your boat moves closer, gliding effortlessly through the water.
She opens an eye and sees the dog. The dog sees her looking and starts to play around.
You bask in the bright sunlight. There are many palm trees that gently sway with the breeze.
The dog moves more, and without looking, she grabs the toy and throws it again.
Your boat glides forward and runs aground on the shore. You have arrived. It's your island.
The dog reappears with the toy, drops it.
Step out of the boat and notice all the things around you. Birds fly in formation and from tree to tree, and beautiful flowers grow everywhere. The air is magnetic, and you listen to the sound of the wind blowing through the trees. Here there are no memories. Here there is no pressure for the future. You are free from your responsibilities. This is a place of total peace, and it is all yours.
The dog, defeated, lies down by her side.
Start your journey to the center of the forest. Follow the path as it wanders back and forth and winds through the rich and winds through the rich forest.
She opens an eye and sees the dog falling asleep beside her. She quickly closes her eye.
Move deeper into the forest. You have reached the heart of the forest. Before you there is a pond. The pond is still like a plain of glass.
She opens her eye again. This time the dog sees her, but only lies there wagging his tail.
You decide to bathe in this pond. The trees have become still. As you lower yourself farther into the water, the birds stop singing. Now slip into the water. The water doesn't move as you lower yourself into the pond. Feel yourself fall into a deep state of relaxation and stillness. Let any thoughts that come up pass by like clouds in the sky. Everything is silent. Nothing moves. For the next few minutes, enjoy the solitude and inner silence. When it's time to return, I will come and get you.
The dog starts wagging his tail. She opens an eye, and the dog sees her and rolls over for her to rub his belly. She does. She then snaps back to her pose, but can't sit still. She grabs the toy and throws it again. The dog comes back and thrashes around with the toy. She grabs the toy and they play tug of war. She gets the toy and throws it again. The dog brings it back to her.
Slowly start to bring your awareness back.
She snaps back to her pose and tries to sit still. The dog is there with the toy, wagging his tail, waiting.
You are deeply relaxed and deeply refreshed. Now it's time to make your way back.
The dog drops the toy and lies down. She starts fidgeting in her seat, moving side to side, tapping her fingers and moving her body to the music.
You feel light as you emerge from the pond.
The dog jumps up and gets the toy again.
Now you can follow the path back to your boat.
The dog drops the toy.
You arrive back at the entrance to the forest. Your boat is waiting for you. It is just where you left it.
She opens one eye. The dog wags his tail. She grabs the toy and throws it. The dog darts after her.
Climb into the boat. You feel secure and know the boat will take you home.
The dog returns with the toy, drops it by her, and waits.
The journey is effortless. Relax and allow the current to guide the boat home. You arrive at the beach. Get out of the boat and onto the sand. You are home.
It is about fucking time.
The dog jumps up with her words and is trying to play.
Slowly become aware of the room in which you sit.
I was never unaware of it.
Move
shakes her body around and opens her eyes.
Take your time and give yourself a few minutes to adjust before you get up.
She bolts up with the word up and starts properly playing with the dog. Scene 2. Angela's home. Angela and her friend Eddie are sitting on the couch with the TV on. She's on a laptop. She is trying to set up a dating profile online. She and Eddie could be dating, but for unknown reasons, they keep it casual. The dog is curled up on the couch with him, sleeping.
I thought I was too good for this. This is for ugly people. People with no social skills.
You are too good for this. But this is normal now. Normal people do this.
You don't.
But that's because I don't want to date. Ever.
What else am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask about this stuff. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars, and I think we're from what was that fictional town in Greece? Or our town? Harper's Grove? Rover's Grove?
Grover's Corners?
That's it. That's where we're from. We're found, but normal things are missing.
This is why my profiles suck. All of my online profiles suck. This process sends me out of my head and into a tailspin. And then I end up sounding like a lunatic. And then I get freaked out thinking about the creepers looking at my picture. And then I delete my account at 3 a.m. And then I eat half a brick of uncooked ramen noodles. I just don't get it. Why are all these women putting up scanty pictures of them? Am I a prude? Because I like sex too. I may be unskilled and underexperienced, but dang. That's how I think about sex. And that's different from a guy. Different but the same, right? The way guys think about sex? The way testosterone thinks about sex? Because it's the frequency I think about sex. I think about sex all the time. All the time. Does that mean I have an imaginary penis? I guess we all do. Do you think a guy's imaginary penis can be erect when his actual penis is not erect? Women really do have it easy in that department. We can get as randy as we actually want and then conceal it when we want. Well, if we can. Sometimes I think I can, but then I once started this new job and met this hunky man who worked with there, and I blushed really hard. And another woman told my supervisor, we gotta watch out for this one.
Look, just do it. Just rip it off like a Band-Aid. This is just to get his attention. Which one are you signing up with?
Whichever one is free. I researched online and found this one, 2-2 Tango.
That's just bad. Bad.
Well, the paid ones are run by gypsy thieves. I just keep reminding myself that this is just a ploy to keep my mama from worrying too much about me. Add this to my search for a church home. Never mind that I'd love to tell her I picked the church I did because I made out with the minister and his wife on the same night, at the same time.
Really? Well, you can't put that on the profile. I mean, unless you want to. Do what you want. I'm not the person to ask about these things.
Okay, so I am a straight, gay, bisexual, other options. Other options? Other options? I can't even get into that. Okay, I am straight.
I think you're on a roll.
Okay, I am a straight woman, man, other options. See, other options make sense here. I don't know if I'm ready for a lesson on the 4th, 5th, and 6th options regarding sexual identity, but I do get that people need other options beyond identifying as a man or a woman.
That guy we knew down at the piano bar said he's a pansexual.
Pansexual?
Yeah, said he's attracted to beauty, so he sleeps with beautiful things. Or rather, he sleeps with people he finds beautiful regardless of gender.
He laid it on thick with me one night.
Who, that guy?
Yeah, he was all about this. Skinny guy, black jeans, blonde hair, usually shirtless.
That's the one. Wow, why didn't you jump on it?
Probably because I could smell, but he's the reason this dating website needs more than 3 options for sexual identity.
Again, I am not the person.
I know, you are not the person to ask. I just need your support, and you help me not overlook the red flags. Okay, I am a straight woman.
You didn't need a dating site to tell you that.
Zip it. Birthday. There you go. Country. go. Zip code. There you go. Email. There you go. Username. This will be seen by the other users.
The dog starts to stir and interrupt her at the computer.
Code for don't be too stupid or too intelligent, don't be too trashy or too prudish. Give them something that says something about you, but remain mysterious.
Boobykins 2014.
The dog jumps down, stretches, and gets the noisy toy.
I was thinking dating in 2014 at 35 sucks and I have a nice house. All lowercase, all one word.
That's good, but they won't let me use that many characters.
She throws the toy. The dog legally bounds at her.
Dude, why bother then? I saw a Nightline special where they reported about how women are harassed on these things. It just doesn't fit with you, which is why you'd rather rake the leaves in the snow than join an online dating site.
What am I going to do about this?
Seems like a crappy website to me.
No, I mean dating. Why is it such a torture?
Because you like your life and dealing with someone else's shit is a chore, you know?
I thought you said you weren't the person to ask about this stuff.
I'm not.
Okay, for the 1,000th time, I'm done.
The dog returns with the noisy toy.
I think that's the 5th time I've heard you say that. I bet you've said it 10,000 times in your head.
I know, and thank you for putting up with me and my indecisiveness and subsequent violent mood swings.
No problem. And thank you for putting up with me being emotionally and physically unavailable.
That's why God made dogs.
She gets up and starts playing with her dog. Eddie gets the remote to the TV, lights down. Scene 3. She wakes up at home to a light alarm. From the lighting, we can tell the sun has just come up. Cuddles the dog like a teddy bear. Passes gas. Gets up, gets dressed quickly. Lets the dog out in the yard. Brushes and styles hair. Brushes teeth. Puts on deodorant. Applies minimal makeup. Sprays her perfume. Lets dog in. He gets a treat. She pours him some water. Pours her a glass. Drinks. She feeds him. He begins to eat. She stands there and takes a long, deep breath. She exits. Locks the doors and says, "Bye, Bugs," to the dog. She exits and crosses to the door that is her employment. At her office, sun is a little higher now. It's a sales office. She has a clean desk and a teeny picture of her dog in a frame. There is about one customer every 20 minutes, and she's able to email Eddie throughout the day. Angela unlocks the door, turns off the alarm and shakes the mouse, drops her purse, sets the coffee to start, dumps yesterday's filter, pours out stale coffee, fills the glass container with water, pours the water in the machine, closes the lid and pushes the button to start. She sits down and the lights shift from one side to the other to create the sense that the day passes. While the lights change, she sits at the computer. She types and works the mouse. She answers the phone with a headset. It's just someone wanting to know the store hours. One customer comes into the front and is just looking for another office building. She gets and sends texts on her cell phone. A few times she writes things on forms and post-it notes and moves seemingly random paper from one tray on her desk to another. The mailman comes late. He asks how she is and she says she's great. A light bulb technician comes in and changes a light. The day is almost done and she sends Eddie a few more times. 4 p.m. hits and she pushes a button on the phone, gets her purse, phone, and keys, sets the alarm, locks the door behind her. It is dark outside now. She crosses to the front door that is her house. She keys into the door, and before she gets the second lock undone, we hear the dog scratching at the door. She greets the dog happily, and the dog is thrilled to see her. She drops her stuff. She lets the dog out into the yard, cleans up a few things, fluffs the cushions on the couch, picks up pieces of trash on the floor, turns on the TV, turns on a crappy reality show that she has already seen, does some dishes, lets the dog back in. He gets a treat. She pours him some water, pours herself some water, takes a long drink, fills his dog bowl. He begins to eat. She stands there and takes a deep breath. She is alone and bothered, and she is this way every night. She changes her clothes to workout gear and easily does a few yoga poses. She disrobes, showers, comes out in a towel, dries her hair, puts on lotion, gets dressed in pajamas, brushes her teeth, checks her alarm on her phone, sets out what she's going to wear in the morning. She sits down on the couch. The dog is sleeping on the cushion. They sit there for a moment. She turns the TV off, turns her bed down, turns on a small fan, calls for the dog. They both go to bed. It is about 9:07 p.m. Scene 4. Angela's house again. She is seated in her meditation pose and is trying to follow another guided meditation. Gentle New Age music is playing under the soothing voice of the meditation.
In Buddhism, it is said that life is suffering. Buddhists also believe our suffering is something we all experience, and it is important to our growth and an essential part of our enlightenment. There is no way to avoid suffering. We can transcend our suffering by letting it go. Buddha says that no one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. Ourselves must walk the path. This meditation is about letting go of a struggle, and much like Buddha, we can transcend our suffering and attempt to achieve nirvana, even just for a moment.
The dog appears in the doorway with a toy.
You must find a comfortable place to sit and relax. Support your body in any way to achieve a maximum feeling of relaxation. Do not let anything distract you from the greatest benefits of this meditation.
The dog drops the toy. She grabs the toy and throws it off stage, and the dog chases after her.
Now close your eyes and focus on your breath for a few moments. Notice your breath.
The dog bounds into the room with the toy, drops it beside her.
Feel your chest rise and fall. Now open yourself up to what it feels like when you struggle and when you are confused. Allow it to come into your current emotional state. What does it feel like? What have you struggled with in the last week, last hour, last minute, last second?
The dog jumps around some. She opens one eye, grabs the toy, and throws it again. The dog bounds at her.
It may take the form of tension throughout your body. What form does it take when you think about it?
The dog returns. She is trying to ignore him.
Now say, I see this energy, I feel this energy, and I have let go of this energy.
I see this energy. I feel this energy, and I will let go of this energy.
The dog starts trying to play in response to her speaking.
I see this energy. I feel this energy, and I will let go of this energy. I will let go of this energy. I will let go of this energy.
The dog lies down and starts to snooze.
Take a deep breath, and with your exhalation, let go of your tension and any anxiety you may be storing in your muscles. Picture it moving out of your body. Watch as it floats over your head and disappears in a fast swish. Say it again. I see this energy and I can feel this energy and I'm letting go of this energy.
I see this energy. I can feel this energy, and I am letting go of this energy. I see this energy, and I can feel this energy, and I am letting go of this energy.
The dog is likely snoring now.
Take a deep breath, and with your exhalation, let go of that tension. Picture it moving out of your body and through the bottom of your feet. It floats over your head and disappears. Each time you picture this energy leave your body, it becomes smaller and smaller until it is gone.
The dog is still sleeping. While still posed, she squeaks the noisy toy once, and the dog bolts awake. They begin playing around the house. Scene 5. Angela is now at the dog park. The dog is just sniffing things and has no interest in playing catch. Angela still tries at least 3 times to get the dog to play catch. A young man, Vince, shows up with another dog about the size of Angela's dog. He is awkward but seems interested in their conversation. He sounds like Beavis or Butthead when he laughs. However, at a glance, he is a match for Angela. We can hear a clock tower making mechanical ticking sounds throughout the scene.
Hello.
Hey.
My name is Angela.
His phone gets a text message. He checks it.
My name's Vince.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What kind of dog is that?
Her phone gets a text message. It's from Eddie, and she takes the time to write a short response.
I'm sorry. Best I figure, he is a spaniel mix.
He's a cute dog.
Her phone gets another message. She doesn't check it.
What kind of dog is he? He?
He's a mutt. I have no idea who he is, what he is.
He looks sweet. Looks like they're having fun together.
He needs to run.
His phone gets a message. He checks it, writes a response.
He doesn't like to run too much. When we're at home, he runs in circles, but when we come here, he just needs to smell everything. Oh, whoa. He's trying to help your dog. Hey, stop that. It's just a sign of dominance.
Yeah, it's no problem. How old is your dog?
His phone gets another text message. He doesn't check it.
Well, when he was rescued, they said 1 to 2 years, and that was 2 years ago. So he's 3 to 4. I guess I should err on the higher end of the spectrum. I guess. I don't know.
Checks her phone. It's another one from Eddie, and she responds.
He was rescued?
Yeah, a family just abandoned him when they moved. I think it was a trend of foreclosures in America.
Man. Who would do that?
How old is your dog?
And with that, Vince walks 4 feet away and is looking the other direction. She regards him for a moment. She considers asking again. They are the only 2 people in the small dog park, and it is suddenly silent. He looks down and turns away so she can't see his face anymore. The dogs continue to play for a moment. It is awkward, and she doesn't know what to do. She hangs on for as long as she can and then calls for her dog. The sound lowers, but is still loud. She hurries the dog through the first gate. Immediately, Vince follows them. He moves through the first gate before she has a chance to close the second gate. She goes left, and once he gets out of the second gate, he goes right. Scene 6. At a friend's house. She has an infant baby. Angela is really good with the baby. She knows exactly what to do every time the baby makes a noise.
He could be yours.
Oh, my Lanta, don't do that.
No, really, we're all dramatic here. He's got your shape. All babies look the same anyway. It wouldn't be a stretch for someone to assume he is yours.
He is a good one.
He begins to fuss.
Your mommy's all right and your daddy's all right. They just seem a little weird. Surrender, but don't give yourself away.
So did you set up that online profile yet?
I tried. I did. It is depressing and just as awkward as real dating. I run into people I know on these sites.
My mom met Sam on Real Love, went out. They might get married. Just because I can't be happily married doesn't mean there isn't a chance you'd find someone who make you happy.
Is it that bad?
You helping me bring the groceries in made you a better husband than him.
What's wrong?
He got demoted and can't cope. Again, there's still a chance for you.
Wow.
Baby starts to fuss.
Does someone need a diaper changed? I think so.
She carries him to the changing table and starts to change him.
I have been trying to find new things to do. Best advice I got was to go out and do what I want to do. The other part was for me to remember to smile. I think I forget.
I think we all do. I do.
All alone with his diaper. He fusses some more and she begins pacing.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed. laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. And one foggy Christmas, Santa came to say, Rudolph, when you're young, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer up their coming, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph, you're
You have the touch there, Auntie.
I won't.
Someday soon, right? I want our kids to be near the same age. So still no turnaround from Eddie?
No, nothing's changed. He's still him and I'm still me.
It is a crying shame.
Yeah, I think so too.
You can lay him down in the crib if he's really asleep.
I think he likes me because I'm hot.
You'll warm like a furnace. Hey, whatever works. You don't know how much this means to me.
I do what I can.
She lays him down in his crib.
How long will you stay with him?
Next summer or bust.
The kid starts crying abruptly.
You can get him if you want.
Oh, now, what's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, there. You know, some animals eat their young. What's that about? I mean, have you ever thought? No, that's an offensive thing to ask.
No, I have not had the urge to eat my young. I have had the urge to do this to it with you and Pooch.
It's that bad?
It's that bad, but it's not going to be fixed anytime soon. Plus I have him. This is the real love right here. This is a good one.
Angela walks around to help soothe the baby. She passes a mirror. She looks into the mirror and pretends for a moment that the baby is hers. Suddenly she is dizzy, but she is the only one who notices. She doesn't know what is going on.
I have these dreams all the time where I give birth and abandon the baby. I literally feel the baby come out of me, and then I wander around and everyone asks me, what happened to your baby? And I don't know, and I really don't care. Can I take him to the park and really pretend like he's mine? Why am I resisting this? Nothing has ever seemed so effortless and terrifying. A beautiful landing at the bottom of an elevator shaft. Oh, my biological clock bothers me the way he is going to bother you when he's 2. Hey, mommy, mama.
Can't wait. You can try laying him down again.
Sweet boy.
She lays him down in his crib. He's asleep for now.
Well, what you got going on tonight?
Going to go home. I have everything to make a lemon souffle. Gonna give that a whirl.
I honestly don't know how you were single.
Angela watches the baby sleep in the crib while Jenny starts folding laundry. Scene 7, Angela's house. New Age music plays and she is attempting another guided meditation.
Find a comfortable place to sit. You should be comfortable and fully supported. Close your eyes and allow your thoughts to easily come in and out of your mind. Once your mind has settled down some, ask yourself in so many words, in your head, how can I be more balanced? What can I do to create a greater sense of balance in my life? How can I be more balanced? Ask yourself.
How can I be more balanced?
Make note about what thoughts come into your head. Observe these thoughts without judgment. Allow them to drift far away. Relax your mind and body by noticing your breath coming in and flowing out. Breathe in the good. Exhale the bad. Inhale the good. Breathe out the bad. After you think you have the answer about how to be more balanced, rest your mind and be still. Breathe.
What if I don't have the information yet?
Bring your attention to any imbalance you might have in your life right now. You can do something about this. You can give yourself a feeling of balance. You can create a feeling of Don't fly. You are still standing there high up on the tree and balanced on one leg. You can feel the wind moving all around you and you feel connected to this tree.
I am this tree.
Lower your leg and stand there with both feet on the tree branch. You are calm and you are still balanced. You begin to easily climb down the tree. You touch the ground and you are serene. So serene. So balanced. So serene. So balanced. So serene. So balanced. So serene. So balanced.
Thanks, high self. Good session.
Then come back to your body. Feel your breath coming in and out again. Thank you for this session. I hope you can bring a feeling of balance to your daily life. Namaste.
The divine light in me recognizes the divine light in you. Namaste.
Scene 8, at Angela's house, with a low-key house party going on. There are a few pockets of people around. Someone decided to go get a karaoke machine and is busy hooking it up to the TV. Eddie is helping to host the party, and the dog is running around like everyone at the party is the president of his fan club.
I think the party's going good. Your parties are always good.
Don't think they're too loud,
Could be worse, as long as they're not running around outside.
right? I figured all of my rowdy friends got married and settled down.
All but me. But you've never seen me really rowdy either.
The bathroom door is sticking again.
I thought I had fixed that.
She goes to the bathroom door.
I worked on this last week.
Did you ever call the landlord?
I told you, I fixed it.
Did you though?
Maybe not.
She goes inside, closes the door, gets locked inside the bedroom.
I can't get the door open.
I thought you'd fixed it.
I did. Help me.
Let go of the knob.
Through the door, quieter.
I did. I should have brought a drink or a plate of snacks with me.
Jenny jiggles the handle and it doesn't work. The door is starting to gather a crowd.
Where did Eddie go?
Returning with tools, a small
Hooray!
celebration.
I hope someone knows what to do with these.
You don't think we need to take the pins off the hinges?
No. Just take the doorknob off.
Calm down. We're about to get in.
You need to get this fixed. What if this happened when you were home alone?
He's right.
I'm not alone. I have my dog.
Dogs don't have thumbs. They can't operate a doorknob.
Not the time.
Now everyone at the party is waiting for the door to open. The radio has been turned up louder, and there is a full-blown party going on.
Have a good time without me.
Finally, Jenny takes the tools and is able to open the door. Everyone celebrates with a big cheer. Eddie promptly kicks the door closed again. Everyone laughs and becomes hysterical. A few people mention that it's a great party. Suddenly, there is no noise.
Am I alone already? Why is it quiet?
Honey, this isn't the best time, but I have to tell you that the police are here.
Perfection.
Cue the popo.
Is this the bathroom?
Yes, she's inside. He is really good looking.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I'm trying to unlock the door. We had a complaint about noise, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell.
Pops the lock, the door swings open.
Awesome.
Thank you, officer.
I showed up in response to a noise complaint. You and your guests need to keep it down.
It's okay. Party's over when the host gets locked in the bathroom. Twice.
Everyone doesn't have to go home, but you do need to cool it a little. Maybe do something a little more relaxing than karaoke.
I don't appreciate it with anybody showing up.
My apologies, please. I don't mean to be too familiar. I'm ribbing you. Does she not have a sense of humor?
I'm not trying to push you away. Oh God, I'm never speaking again.
I'll stop by later tonight to see if you're locked in the bathroom for a third time. Maybe if the party's died down some. If not, here's my card. You will call me. I like your dog. He's a cute one.
I'll do that.
The officer leaves.
He did that in front of all of us.
I like it.
Think he'll be back?
Breathe, honey, breathe.
Scene 9, Angela's living room. Evidence of the party is all over the place. Officer Little has returned, and Angela is midstream in a verbal rant that is essentially a filibuster. He is totally amused, and her dog is near him sleeping. Neither he nor the dog is remotely bothered by her energy.
This is it. I am getting older. A few idiots think I'm in my 20s still, but not many people. Not the ones with good eyesight. Numbers everywhere. This is nature. Nature represented by numbers. My height, my weight, my body mass index, my cell phone number. They passed a law that says cell phone companies have to let you keep your number if you want. I wasn't opposed to having to have my number changed. Well, I guess it was. Oh, I own it. Yes, I did not want the number to change. That was my number. 10 years with something and it works, so why would I want a new one? The number that scares me is the number of times I'll be able to see my parents alive, together. That number exists, and it is not far from now. My mother has no problem with the phrase, when we're not here. I think that is the biggest pressure, aside from the primitive hormones surging through my body. I want to show them the offspring of their offspring. I see my beautiful nieces and nephews, and I just want to cry. Seriously. The younger one looks like Claire fucking Danes. The older one was dubbed Kate Winslet by the staff at Target in her hometown. She's 9, and she already has a modeling portfolio. Not because she's pushing for it, or because she has an aggressive stage mom, but because it just happened. People have seen her and thought, she's pretty, let's take a picture. I would have beautiful children. This is true. I come from good stock, you know. My mother is a vision, and my dad is just getting started. He's cut a demo and is trying to get his original music picked up by regional musicians. I owe it to my lineage to keep this going. Only the strong survive. This weekend, I am getting my hair done, my nails done, my teeth whitened, a new outfit, a new handbag. And even with all that, if you don't have the right bait, you may get nowhere. And then on Saturday, I wake up and I cuddle with the pooch and worry about what it would be like to give that up. The quiet. I like lounging around in the morning, even 20 minutes. I sleep naked too. Oh, and I have lots of gas. Really, it's a service that I'm alone. Am I selfish for not wanting to give up doing me? But there's comfort there. I've learned to enjoy it. The quiet, the solace. But see, solace is the consolation prize. Solace means comfort in a time of distress. Then, one time, I watched these 2 children once for a friend who went overseas for like 8 days. I didn't like half of it, but it was no more or less fun than what living a single life looks like day to day. And I made friends with the children. It was hardest dealing with the preteen girl, but she came around after I fixed her pancakes on a school day. Being single means having only one stocking up for Christmas. One. Have you ever put up just one stocking? I could put up one stocking for the dog, but that's like putting a costume on a dog. It's not the fucking point. I have a dog, so I don't have to put costumes on it. I am good with babies, and I am good one-on-one with older children. Why is there a block? I had a mentor tell me to just do it. Just go ahead and get pregnant. That I'm smart enough to figure it out, but to just do it. And if I don't, I will be exactly, and I do mean exactly like her. Single, content, but with an aging mind that just gets sharper every day. Last time I saw her, and I spoke with her, she was coping with the death of her dog. She said she wasn't getting a new one because she needs too much help to take care of one.
This brings her to tears. He regards her She wipes them away and wipes her hands on her clothes.
He's my baby.
Points to the sleeping dog.
He's a great dog.
He pets the dog. The dog stirs.
I can do this. Too bad I can't pay for a mail order baby day. Wait, that's not funny. I am a lady. I'm not the praying kind, but I have been using guided meditation exercises to help me de-stress. Would you like to do a guided meditation with me? Now. Yes, right now.
Why not?
That is the $40,000 question. Let me go get the mat. We can share. We'll just be seated.
She gets out the mat, turns on the track, and music begins to play. The dog gets up, stretches like he does when he's just woke up, starts wagging his tail, and goes to pick out a toy from his basket.
This is what he does. I just try to ignore him the best I can.
You won't bother me.
Okay, sit down. Just listen to the words and try to follow along. Close your eyes.
The dog brings the toy by her and is waiting, wagging his tail. He sniffs around, shakes the toy again. She grabs it and tosses it, and the dog darts at her.
He's just gonna bring it back.
This requires quiet.
Officer Little is quiet. The dog brings the toy back and is ready to play.
From an easy position, find a moment where you can find focus and on nothing but relaxing. Breathe in slowly and out, in and out. Keep breathing slowly and steady. Let your breath relax you.
The dog starts getting rambunctious and wants to play, shaking the toy hard and making a lot of noise.
Your entire body is becoming light as air.
Dog. He gets the dog's attention, grabs the toy, and they play tug of war.
Everything is going to be okay.
Officer Little throws the toy into the other room while remaining in the meditation pose beside Angela.
In life, it is okay to feel angry and sad. It is okay to feel guilty. It is okay to get impatient, to get upset at things, at the small things that don't work out the way you had planned. It is okay to be confused about your feelings. Your mom is right. Take care of yourself. Get enough sleep. Eat the right things in the right amount. Exercise often. Just for a moment, breathe in and out. In and out.
The dog has returned to Officer Little with the toy. He throws it again.
Just breathe in and out. Take your time and just breathe in and out. Create a picture in your mind of a room where you have no worries. It is calm in this room and it is safe.
The dog returns to the room, sits between them. Officer Little opens one eye and sees the dog is about to disturb Angela, and he picks up the toy quietly. He gets up quietly and leads the dog off stage with the toy. Angela doesn't notice or stir.
Imagine this is a room where you are alone and completely comfortable. There are soft pillows everywhere and the room is warm. There are no worries allowed in this room. You can completely relax in this room. This is your room and it remains undisturbed. What does it look like? Create a vivid picture of the room in your mind. What color are the walls? Is there furniture in the room? What time of day is it outside? This is your room. You are free to be yourself. There are no distractions in this room. Return to this place when you need to relax. Whenever you need to rest and you can return to this room. I will begin a countdown. If you are the type of person that is often found pushing yourself, take a moment to pull back
End of play.
Leslie, where are you? Raise your hand. And there you are. Stand up for us. Hello, I am Ann Muse, and I'm going to try to lead a discussion with all of us if we're not all in a deep meditation. So, just let's start out very quickly if we could. Anybody give me a little gut reaction to the play? Leslie wants to know how you're responding to the play and what works and what doesn't work. But just very quickly, what's your gut reaction? No wrong answer. Yeah.
Calming.
Say it again.
Calming.
Calming. Very nice. Anyone else? Gut reaction. Come on. No? Yes, thank you.
It's very relatable.
How so?
We're all just young people struggling.
Which brings me to my next question is what do you think it's about, right? So young people struggling, even old people struggling, right? Yeah. Struggling with anybody? Yeah?
I think it's about struggling with finding yourself and finding who you want to be and how you want to live your life.
Uh-huh. Anybody else? How about Kate? What was she struggling with? What was she looking for? What was happening there? Yeah? I'm sorry, Angela. So sorry, Angela. What was she struggling with? Yeah. No wonder there's no response. What was Angela looking for besides, in a more specific way? Will someone give me that? Yeah, yes.
Finding the balance in her everyday life between work and friends and relationships.
And what was missing?
Relationships.
Yeah, there's a big part of the life. Yeah. Here's a question for you all. What is about the construction in some ways of the play? How about the characters? Did you feel like the characters were complete? Did you feel like the characters were fleshed out enough? Did you want more of a certain character? Mm-hmm.
This is kind of weird. I didn't really understand purpose is
Uh-huh.
or
So that brings us to another question. What did that scene mean to us? The scene in the dog park. What were we left with? What were we thinking and processing after that scene? Yes.
Just how awkward, like, random casual interactions can be and trying to get someone casually, not like on dating online something, like, every day we'll talk to someone you've never met before.
Yeah. Yeah. Put the phone down, right? Yeah. So interesting that I really like that because it is that also asking a big question of us. Are our face-to-face interactions becoming awkward because what was successful in that scene was what? What was working in the scene for them? The text, yeah?
They were texting.
Yeah, the text, there was no problem there, right? The text messages were going. The problem was between the two people who were inhabiting the same space. Nice. Yeah, uh-huh.
Her efforts to connect, we said what was about her efforts to connect. You're looking for connection with people. And her successful connections are with the dog and the baby. And her unsuccessful connections are the entire online world. Her unsuccessful connection with Vince is very clear. He's there to not be connected with. And then this, and so at the end, I didn't know how to read the connection with the officer. The officer had a connection with the dog, and maybe then, since the dog was a distraction, she finally connected with herself, something. But something happened at the end with a connection somewhere, because the countdown was okay. I didn't know if at the end of the countdown she was going to scream or be okay. And so I guess she's okay. Maybe. She didn't die, did she? That wasn't. No. Okay, no, she's okay. It's okay. So.
So that giant monologue, where she's just kind of going, was hard, thanks. And there were certain pieces of it where I was trying to figure out what she was thinking to make the jump to the next thought. And I actually found myself wondering if somewhere in that about meeting the officer and how cute he is, if she hadn't decided to just go ahead and have a baby. Like if she was fine with another person, being there, but internally she had just decided, I'm just gonna do it. And so I didn't know if that was intentional or if it was still a question she had. I could make a case for it.
Marie just had a baby, by the way. Here we go. Go ahead.
Well, I think that makes a lot of sense just because she's doing this, at the beginning of her online profile thing, she's like, and then I just put it all out there and I'm crazy. And so she was just putting it all out there and being crazy. Except in real life. And I mean, I can connect with what you're thinking there, that she just decided to let it go and he's already invested because he's in the room.
She locked the door.
Yeah. Anyone else? What do you think happened at the end? This is kind of where we were headed there, the question Bobby brought up for us. What did happen at the end? Was it live happily ever after and we're so happy and she got together with the officer, or was he just, someone who's going to help her have a baby, or what? Anybody? Was it clear to you what was going on there at the end?
I think he was escaping.
He was escaping.
Escaping.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I think he gave her space to do what she needed to do, and I think they're gonna have like a short play in telepathy and this is over.
Have another hand? Yeah.
It just kind of seems like she would be okay, like she was maybe, like the ending seemed like she was trying her balance somehow, like I don't know.
So here's one way to kind of start looking at a play. What happens at the beginning and what happens at the end? So Abby, if you don't mind, you kind of gave us what you think happened at the end. Where was she at the beginning?
She was trying to her stage, she couldn't.
And she wasn't doing a good job. Yeah. So maybe that journey was about, as we said, finding herself or being able to quiet her mind so that she could hear exactly what her heart or whatever was telling her. Did I have another hand? Yeah. Yeah.
I just thought it was, at the end, she ends up getting to meditate because someone who decided to care about her came in and helped her take time for herself. Like, obviously he's just shown up, but he's there for a reason. It's not just because he wanted to check and make sure they weren't still being noisy.
Yes. Yes, and he even says, I'm coming back. Yeah. So I'd like to go back to one question and then I'll free you a little bit. What about this idea of how well the characters were fleshed out? Was it enough? Did you want to see more of one character? Did you want to see maybe the character of Vince come back, or did you want to see something happen with more of her friends, or were you pretty satisfied?
I didn't quite understand where her friend fit into it. Did they go to school together? Did they grow up? Is she a neighbor? I didn't tell how close they were.
Okay.
Or, what we were discussing that relationship.
Good. going to be in a sort of meditational state yourself. Did you sort of join her when she was going through the meditation, or was it okay? Was it too long, or was it okay, or yeah? What? Yeah.
Some of it was a little too long, but then some of it was just very tranquil and just very meditative.
Yeah.
I think the pacing of scene 3, where it's just her doing all the physical actions, dragged a little bit in just listening to the stage direction, but I think actually watching it live on stage would be much better.
Allison.
I think scene 1 runs a little bit long in terms of meditation stuff. I think it'd be a little short.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Yes. Oh, how was Beavis and or Butthead? Was it a good laugh? Yeah.
I took that stage direction liberally. I just wanted to say that because it was being so serious, we might not loop back around to it. But there's a subtext that I've noticed. It was like, I understand what the dog is supposed to be dramatically, in that it's a distraction, and it kind of, to me, it was like represented all the roadblocks that the play was throwing up at her, like her friend being like, have a kid so they can be the same age, and Eddie being weird and like there and not leaving her alone for some reason, and and all these people kind of getting in her face, and the meditation track kind of messing with her. So I understand what the dog was, but watching the dog go through it's like it could also be titled "Just Be a Dog," because the dog doesn't have any problem with any of this. The dog is like, I sleep and I play with my toy. This is what I do. It's good. Sometimes I sleep more.
Dog work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understood the dramatic function of the dog, but I was also like, this dog has it figured out, man.
Right. Okay. Any other thoughts, comments? Yeah. Yeah. I have one here and then there. Good one.
I was a little disappointed that all the male characters seemed kind of one-dimensional. And I feel like I feel like I was hoping for a man to change.
You wanted to see some, oh, I see.
Because I wanted to
Nice.
see how
Nice.
I could relate to this woman, how I could maybe use the man in my life.
Oh. Very nice. Yes, yes. Okay, here we go. Boy, the hands just went wild.
When you had asked about the dimensionality of the characters, I actually thought that the two characters that she almost connected with, Eddie and friend with the baby, should be less dimensional. It's her play. I mean, it's about her and her meditation and her work and her channel. If we don't identify with her, we're not. There's nowhere else to go. There shouldn't be anywhere else to go. And so those two characters, we're sort of told that she doesn't connect with him, and her friend has the baby, so she's not really. We're kind of aware of that, maybe, probably why. But I would like to see them really not connect because of the plasticity of the other two characters. And just let them be plastic. Let them, like, I like Eddie's weird, they're like, not connect and walk away, gone. And so just let's have that much awkwardness, that much plasticness in her other relationships, so that she really has to. She's only got herself to figure out. So I think that would be it. I think it's in that direction, and I think pushing it a little further there is cool.
Good, good. Yeah, Chloe, you had
Yeah, Angela is really the fun to play, the main character to play, and you connect with her as a human, and I don't think you have to be female to connect with her.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I just want to say that I found Angela's dreams about abandoning a baby really unsettling.
I'm so glad you did.
I'm glad I was part of that target audience.
Yes, yeah. Because there's nothing worse, right? Yeah. Anybody else?
I had a question.
Yeah.
Just a question that popped into my mind as reading it, not just here, but when we first read through it at home, which was, how is this dog to be staged? And I wondered about whether this was a trained dog,
Yes.
or whether this was an actor in a suit, or whether this was sound effects and she was reacting to just sound effects and it was a pantomime dog, I found myself seeing the play in 3 different ways each time I read it with those 3 options, and I found each of them compelling.
Yeah.
But it was just a question I had.
I'll bet, I mean, reading it as a director, Tommy, you probably felt this as well. I was hyperventilating, like, how would I ever get the dog?
Yeah, and those things that James and Ian both suggested, we talked about that earlier. The other thing that comes to mind is a sort of video interaction thing where the dog is taken and the actor learns to react to the dog shot from the point of view of the person looking at the dog.
That's
another way.
that's the solution that I was on film. Did I see someone else?
I was just going to continue to comment, because I kept finding myself trying to read further into the lines and wondering if the Grover's Corners bit was a nod to our town and the pantomime things. I found myself being like, so is how much of this is pantomime?
That was so meta.
As a technologist, I loathe technology in live theater, so I would really resist the video. And so I started, you have to ask that question if you're watching this, like, how are you doing this dog? And I had a moment of thinking of it as a marionette, because then you can have the expressive kind of play of the dog and the interaction in the play. But that also opens some opportunities for the baby, for this montage of the day, these things floating around her. How does she take a shower and get dried off in in a second? And so all this things happening through the day, these things floating around her, and not just the dog bothering her, but these other things floating around and poking at her and pulling her hair all day.
Dry her hair.
And so once you start to that's what's the great about theater is stylization. You can choose a stylization and it just starts to leak into everything else in your show. And so that's one option, but whatever you do, it's going to have to inform all these other weird things that go on in this play. And so I think there's a lot of opportunities for doing weird, fun things with this.
And creatively, it's very exciting to think about how those things. I mean, I could actually see Ian, right, being the dog.
Yeah.
I would have done it too.
And you have to not, he could be the marionette. He could. You don't have to not see the puppeteer when you have a marionette. You can see the puppeteer out there moving the puppets around and all kinds. There's like 20 people on the stage.
One last comment.